Shalom, Kohaloyan Wahawala, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the Apostle of the Great Millstone, along with the bishops, was a Quanyum, who rule and teach the church well. Salutations to the house of David, Bahashah Dawadah, the elect. This is off of Hawaiian News, posted today, August the 2nd, 2025, the hopeful year of our deliverance and of Esau's destruction and judgment.
The world is staring at a crisis which has been on a slow boil, and it has now entered the nuclear threshold. The United States and Russia, the two atomic giants, are now flexing their deadliest muscles, unleashing a dangerous round of brinkmanship that has rattled every global capital. Take a look.
The terrifying reality of this new Cold War era is unfolding right now in the silent, frigid depths of the oceans. In an unprecedented step, President Trump has ordered 2 U.S. submarines to take up new stations. Trump did not say whether he meant nuclear-powered or nuclear-armed submarines, but he later hinted that these submarines would be placed near Russian water. The locations of these, which are always kept secret by the U.S. military for obvious reason. U.S. has a total of 71, while Russia is close behind with 64.
Mr. President, can you give us any more
Nero
information
Trump.
on the nuclear talks?
Nero Trump.
And what did Medvedev say to you?
Nero Trump is the man that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh is going to use to bring about this nuclear destruction that's coming to Babylon the Great. And Gog is going to do the most. Gog, the so-called Russians, right? Gog and Magog, Gog being the land, Magog being the people. All right, the so-called Russians are going to inflict the most damage. All right, so we're on the brink, man. You know, brothers like to say we're on the brink. And we are. We're on the brink of this war getting hot. This is the book of Amos, chapter 9 and verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord Yahweh power upon the sinful kingdom. And in the times we live in right now, America is the sinful kingdom. It's being spoken of by the prophet Amos through the Spirit. This is the sinful kingdom, man. All right? And I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. That's what's going to happen to Babylon the Great. And all you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians who are the Lord's chosen people on the earth today, the Israelites, including you speckled bird brothers and sisters, are going to perish for not believing in the scriptures. 2/3 of you are going to perish in a lake of fire, which is going to be right here in America.
You're really mad.
Well, you just have to read what he said. He was talking about nuclear. When you talk about nuclear, we have to be prepared, and we're totally prepared.
A top Russian lawmaker, Viktor Vodolatsky, who is Duma deputy chairman, swiftly declared that Trump's submarines were already under watch, adding with a chilling finality that no response was needed. This isn't the diplomatic language of de-escalation. It is the brazen lexicon of a nation prepared for any eventuality. Trump made the decision of sending American submarines in reaction to former Russian President Medvedev, who had harshly criticized Trump's threat of new sanctions against Russia over the continuing invasion of Ukraine.
And that's the thing, man. These world leaders are really puppets, being controlled by who? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh. All right. Man's goings are of the Lord. The book of Proverbs says. You know, I believe it's Proverbs 20 and verse 24, if I'm not mistaken. You can look it up, but yeah, man's goings are of the Lord. So the Lord is the one masterminding this whole thing. And eventually, again, these arrows are going to be shot, man, from one end of heaven to the other. Now we're waiting on a few more key prophecies to be fulfilled, but this day's coming, man. Finishing up Amos chapter 9 and verse 8. Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord. He's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob, because 1/3 of our people are going to be delivered through the fire even, man. All right, beamed up into the chariots. All right. Going to be saved, man. All right. Starting with the men of the Lord, the 144,000, his servants, the prophets. Lord willing, that's us, starting with the elder apostles, great millstone on down. Those of us who have been preaching and teaching in sincerity and in truth, all right, throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. Blowing the trumpet, sounding the alarm. All right. Warning you Israelites, man. All right. Warning you tribes to come back to the Lord before it's too late.
Ukraine. Trump's remarks also came hours after Russian President Vladimir Putin said Moscow had started mass-producing its hypersonic, nuclear-capable Oreshnik missile. Putin said that he could deploy them to Belarus by year-end.
We have produced the first serially manufactured Oreshnik system, the first serial missile. It has been delivered to the troops. Now the production line is up and running. That's the first point. Second, our specialists and Belarusian military specialists have selected a site for future positions. Preparatory work is ongoing, and most likely we will be done with it before the year's end.
The nuclear saber rattling came.
So pretty soon all this saber rattling, all right, is going to turn into action. All right, pretty soon all this rhetoric is going to go out the window, and it's going to, it's going to be on, man. All right, the Lord's on his way back. All right. I don't want to, is that a five? I don't want to say shalom.